Oh my God. Once again, this is Brother Hot Tip coming at you live and direct. Let me go on and put up the screen so that you can know where you are. This is Gye-Nyame Journey. I am your host, Brother Hot Tim. Um, Look like it might just be me again tonight, and it's Freestyle Fridays, and of course, y'all know that I'm able to freestyle with the best of them. I can keep it moving, keep it going. I'm getting more comfortable with this whole piece. You can feel free if you're on the hang up. Feel free to ask questions. I got the question board up. Um, the piece that I want to talk about because I'm writing a blog and I'm struggling with the blog and the title. The title is kind of hurtful, and I'm not one for a lot of controversy. I mean, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? But the issue is there is this article floating around talking about how black women are not as beautiful as everybody else. As a matter of fact, the article, a couple of articles, the way they sent it around is that black women are the least attractive women. Black women, why black women are the ugliest women and stuff like that. And I want to talk about that because that leads to so much. That leads to so many different ideas that we have to deal with. Because when we are looking at this whole issue, the bottom line is that there is a system that is controlling the way people think. And when you control the system, you don't have to do things directly. You don't have to do things and let people know what you're doing because the system will instill it within them. We have what now a lot of people don't know where this originated. This thing called the Willie chip. You know what I'm saying? They talk about the uh, what's his name? Uh, Lynch. Willie Lynch. We got this thing called the Willie chip, the Lynch chip or the Willie chip, and that statement started with a brother who started Mata, which was economic engine, or at least it was striving to be an economic engine within the community until one of the brothers that was the founder of it, was shot by supposedly a random mass murderer. Brother happened to be pumping his gas. I can't remember his name at this point in time, but he came up with the term Willie chip. And we all have this chip because the piece that a lot of people don't understand is that the human being, in a lot of ways, is a living computer. So you have the hardware, which is our body, your heart, your liver, your brain, your kidneys, your spleen, your circulatory system. All that's the hardware, the things that you could touch. But the software is the thoughts that are imprinted on an individual, and these thoughts are begin to be implanted upon you when you are born. And as you enter the education system, you are taught a certain way of thinking. As you enter the education system, you are taught a certain way that politics work. You're ingrained with a lot of programming. The software is downloaded in the education system. And as you deal with the world and you see the relationship your community has with the police force, you see the relationship that your community or the area that you live in with the politicians, you see your relationship, the community that you live in, the relationship with other communities and with other groups of people. Because it's natural for us to gravitate toward being around people like us. But as the programming progressed in in the black areas, black people start moving away from each other. Period. You know what I'm saying? We one of the only people that want to live in integrated areas. You know what I'm saying? In areas where we totally have no control. We're the only ones because that's part of the program. So now this brings me back around to the blog that I'm writing now, and I'm gonna put the title up. I'm gonna put the title in the chat room. I'm gonna type it up before I say it. Um, I'm gonna type it up before I say it. It looked like Miss Janelle was here already. Let me send her. I don't know what's going on with her stuff, but you know, I'm quite sure she's gonna find a way to blame it on me. But I'm gonna send Miss Janelle another invite. I was told that another brother wanted to come, but he didn't follow the instructions that I gave him, so I won't be able to get him up on it right now until he texts me. All right, because in the question box, anybody that want to join, you can ask, "Can I join?" And I will definitely send you your invite, and you can get in. All right, so don't worry about it. Um, I'm gonna send one out to everybody within the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family tribe. I'm gonna send it out. Y'all want to come? You can come in, but remember, I'm limited to 10. All right. So here we go, right? So now I'm going to type the title of the blog and then I'm going to read it out loud to you. And I know this pause is nerve-wracking for some people that work in radio, but hey, I believe in uh, leaving people wondering what's going on. Brother Hatim is typing. I'm a slow typer. Uh-oh. It's somebody else on the line.
Greetings, King. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's going on with you?
I'm not like you're assassinating my character, talking about I was going to blame something on you.
No, it's the truth. Cause you get up on the thing and you fall off and then you say it's my fault. Now, oh my fault, black woman. I got to put that on there. So what I'm talking about tonight is because of course it's Freestyle Friday and we can talk about whatever. But I am presently writing a blog, and I want to read the title. I had to type the title. I typed the title wrong. It starts off, "Black woman, you can never be as beautiful as a white woman." Do you think people will be receptive to that?
You're childish.
I'm very serious. I'm very serious. And I'm trying to go into explaining it because I know a lot of people is going to take the title to heart and be upset with me, like you probably are right now. You know?
I'm not upset with the title because I know your title.
Ooh, girl, I'm gonna try. I mean, stop moving. What is you doing back there now? You
I was
know,
walking.
we trying to do a professional show. You squeaking and stuff. What's going on? All right, so I got you on. I just want to broadcast the large video, and just in case somebody else pop up, I'm gonna put that on there. So now I ain't got to worry about that old messed up little screen you got. We're gonna work on getting you another phone, baby. But right now we're gonna deal with what you got. But hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Tell me what you think about the title. Come on now. Come on now. What you think?
Black women. Tell me this foolishness one more time.
Black woman, you could never be as beautiful as a white woman.
Yeah, maybe you should say it's pretty.
No.
It's pretty as a white woman.
I'm saying as beautiful. It's my article. I can say what I want because I'm going to put the work in and write on it. So now, I don't want to mess up the twist because people know right now, automatically, a lot of people know, Brother Hatim, you're married to a black woman. Brother Hatim, you got black daughters. Brother Hatim, Your mother was a black woman. How could you say that a black woman could never be as beautiful as a white woman? So as I started off the show before you got on, I started talking about this thing called the Willie chip. A brother in a company called Mata back in the past created this term. He came up with this term. It's called the Willie chip, the Willie Lynch chip. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I compared the human being to a computer. The body being the hardware, the programming that goes into the individual is the software. And we all have been programmed with a certain software. Now, not trying to kill my blog, the reason I'm saying is because I'm trying to confuse the software a little bit. I'm trying to rile up the software of some of the people listening. Because really, when it comes down to it, and I hope that you disagree, but black women could never be as beautiful as white women.
Of course, of course, I disagree.
I mean, why? Come on, let's talk about it.
We are the essence of woman. We are what we are women. We are what women are made from. So we
Hmm.
are the epitome of the woman. We gave birth to a nation. We gave birth to
Time out. Time out. What nation y'all gave birth to?
the nation that we belong to, the nation that we originated from.
What is that? What's that nation?
Some call it Africa. Some call it Kemet. Some call it
I,
Ethiopia.
well,
Some call it,
Africa is a continent. Kemet is one place. Ethiopia. Which one y'all gave birth to?
well, all of Ethiopia refers to the continent region as well. It refers to Egypt. It refers to the land of the black.
Nah, I don't know about that. You know, I'm just because, like I said, I'm just throwing it out there because I'm trying to confuse the chip because I want black women to be clear because for me, the key to our liberation as a people lie in black women,
Okay. And
lies in
I
black women. Go ahead.
I disagree, and I believe that it lies with black men. So
All
I
right,
believe
cool.
that.
We can go. Let's start there before. Let's start there, and then let's move into why the black woman could never be as beautiful as the milk-skinned, blonde-haired, and blue-eyed, beautiful white woman.
Oh, you're out of control.
But I'm gonna explain my point.
Okay.
And I'm not going to strive to convince you, but what I want to do is at least lay this on the table so that people can really understand what perspective I'm coming from because maybe a lot of people won't be able to grasp my perspective. But we are under siege, and because we are under siege, we start panicking over bullshit.
So let me guess. Let me guess. You
Go ahead.
feel like black women are trying to aspire to this ideal of beauty as far as Europeans are concerned. So you believe that we are chasing their fads. We are perming our hairs to look like them. We are bleaching our skin to look like them. We are doing all these things cosmetically because we are chasing or trying to look like them. And you're basically, are you saying that we need to just stop with it because we're never going to be able to obtain that superficial level of beauty?
Man, I hate smart people. You close, but then you trying to ruin my damn blog. You know what I'm saying? You trying to ruin the show and get right to the chase. But yeah, it's close, but that's not it, smarty pants. But let's get back to the other piece that I'm describing, right? That I'm talking about, right? Because I say that I believe that liberation lies in the black woman. You say you believe it's black man. So I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you go and start with that. Then I'll come back and tell you why you could never be as beautiful as one of those milk skinned, long haired snow beasts. So go ahead.
Did you just call her a snow bee?
I mean, my dog was a beast, and I loved my dog, and my dog was beautiful. You know what
I
I'm
see.
saying?
To take me over to another topic that I mean, because now you bringing out something else.
I mean, you can bring out whatever you want. It's called Freestyle Friday, but right now, let's stick to the point because me and you have have a little dissension here. Far as you say it's black men, I believe that it's black women, and because I
I need,
always feel that I'm right, I got to go on and listen to what you have to say because maybe I can learn something. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
I
And
need
go ahead.
I need I need my black men to return to their throne. Period. Point blank. I need
Now you
them
know I'm about
to.
to smash that shit, right? But go ahead. I'm about to smash that shit.
So
So
they weren't kings. So what? But
who
I
were
need you to return to your throne.
who were king?
Um, I said you said you're going to tell me that they weren't all kings. We don't all come from kings and queens,
Well,
and
I
that's
mean,
fine.
now hold on. I want to smash that shit because we have to stop that shit. Because we all wasn't kings. Because if we all was kings, who took out the goddamn trash? Who built the pyramids? Who fought the wars? Who
Let me
who
go.
managed the money? All of us
Let
couldn't be kings. And when we tell our kids that, we cripple them because motherfuckers start acting like motherfucking kings. We don't need a group of young men trying to act like kings. We need the ones that are kings to rise up. But what we need is the king always need a good advisor. The king always needs somebody that can manage money. The king always needs somebody that could build structures. The king always need all these other things because the king just represents
the king.
represent
The king. How does the king get? He doesn't build all those things. What did he do? How does he get other people to build those things?
he motivates them because of their belief in him and their belief in his sovereignty. See, because
Mhm.
actually in our tradition, the king was more of was a partial religious or spiritual position as well as a leadership position. because because we believe that the king was in a sense the manifestation of God on earth. That's
Okay,
why
so
go ahead.
we believe. Do we believe that? Okay, that we all descended from someone, right?
Right.
We all descended from someone. And when I say that we come from kings and queens, I'm talking about my black people. I'm not saying that you have some direct lineage to a king. I'm saying my people were kings and queens, as
No,
in
they wasn't. That's wrong.
black
We wasn't.
black
We wasn't.
people, black people were kings and kings,
You
queens and
need
kings. They were,
what
they
you
were, they
calling
were
for.
kings.
What you, I think
They
what
got They believe that they were kings in Egypt. Those people before the interruption from
mhm.
those Europeans and their Arabs, those people who lived in Lower Egypt, at the top of Africa, those people were black like me before the Europeans and the Arabs came in and went along with the first rule of war, which was to make babies so those black people could no longer raise an army. That's what they did, but those people were black.
I have no argument with that, but I had an argument with us telling ourselves and telling our children that we all descend from quote unquote royalty when we don't.
We come from the richest continent on earth. We come
I mean, hell, we live in the we live in the richest country in the world right now. That don't mean all of us are quote
from
unquote rich.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what makes me a king or a queen.
Go ahead.
The My skin is melanated. That makes me
Everybody, see, and that's
me
another fallacy that we go ahead.
melanin. I know white folks can have
No, it
melanin.
ain't. It ain't that white folks can have melanin. The fact of the matter is that white people do have melanin. It is
I
a
know they.
right. So they're melanated too. It's just a lighter coat of melanin.
Okay, so melanin is the source of all life. Melanin is the source. So we can go. We find those melanin particles in the universe. Which shows that we are the universe, right? We come from this universe.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I definitely, and I raise my kids and I teach them this. We are we are I feel like we are a different breed of people. The fact that I can go outside and my skin could be massaged by the sun and I not have a worry, the way the sun feels when it kisses my skin tells me that I am of a different um, breed from some people. Don't make me better. I didn't say it made me better than them. I'm just saying that that's what makes me a queen.
All right.
That's what makes me feel godly.
Now, hold on. Now, it's different. That's different than your initial statement. I need my kings and queens. I need my kings to rise up. The piece that I'm saying is there's nothing wrong with being divine. That's different than being descended from kings and queens. We are not all descended from kings and queens. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
And that's the only piece because kings and queens for me invokes a different thought. You understand what I'm saying? But saying that you come from a divine people, that you come from a different people, is not the same as saying you come from royalty.
okay. So
You
I
understand
guess
what I'm saying?
I was saying that we are royal people. I'm still saying that. I'm saying that the place where that my ancestors come from, the fact that I come from the richest country on earth, or the richest.
But they have proven that everybody originated in Africa.
That's
So
fine.
everybody's royal. So being royal is nothing special. So you saying you want your non-special people because everybody is royal because everybody could trace their lineage all the way back to Africa. So everybody is royal. So there's nothing special about being royal.
Not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
All right, well, come
When
on, bring it to me.
when the pyramids were built,
Mm-hmm.
when the first universities in math and astrology, when all of those things were going on, those other people who originated already moved away. They were not a part of the greatness, because if they were, they would have some color to their skin. They would have been in Africa through that time, so they had already departed
Right.
when the greatness occurred in Africa with those people who were being kissed by the sun, because that's what they said. But when I say that we are kings, I mean of a greater. I'm thinking of a greater lineage. I'm thinking we come from thinkers. We come from innovators. If we think of a king, you said he leads, so he's charismatic. So I'm saying that my black men, innately, they have the same qualities. It's in them, but they just need to tune into them. We have to. I mean, our men are feminine. They're no longer protecting our women. They're no longer standing up in community. They're no longer taking care of their family, fighting and protecting. Our men are effeminate, and I need them to wake up. And I feel like once they wake up, they will take control over a lot of the devastation that is occurring in our community with regards to the violence. We live in a place like Afghanistan, I believe, at times, with regards to the murder and how often these people have to walk home and see yellow tape. And I really believe that if the men in those communities would step up, a lot of those behaviors would cease. But the men are walking around and they're just not saying anything because they're effeminized. They're preoccupied with all things that don't matter. So back to my original argument, when our kings step up and take control, when they tune into those frequencies that lie within them, and turn off the TV and radios and speak, and us queens do need to speak life into them, but I believe that our community, only them that our community will take a turn for the better.
Now, I'm hearing you, but I don't know if the audience is hearing you. I got to see if I'm doing something wrong here. Let me turn your mic up a little bit. Go say something.
Yes.
All right. I'm hoping other people can hear you because I hear me, but I don't hear you.
Interesting.
I hear you, but I don't know if the audience hears you. So we need somebody on the outside that might have that's sitting out there can send us a text and let us know, because she's saying some nice stuff, even though I don't totally agree with it, because you went right back to raising up the kings and stuff. Now hold on, I gotta step away for a minute, Miss Jeanette. You got a couple of seconds to go and finish up your argument. But I got to pull this piece out the oven. This is what happens when I'm at home.
Okay, so I just want to send out a message to our men in the communities. We need you on site. We need you volunteering at the schools. We need you at the rec centers. We need people in the community. That way we won't have to worry about police brutality. If the men in our we start policing our communities, we could start doing that tomorrow. We don't need to come up with our own police station, none of that. We don't need to send you to Opata. All we need you to do is make a presence and be in your communities, men. And then we wouldn't have these police coming into our communities, killing our people. We wouldn't have a lot of this stuff. We wouldn't have our girls running around here half dressed, looking like, I don't know what I want to say about this today. About the pictures. Hatem, are you there?
I'm here. Go ahead, say something else. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Say something now.
Hatem.
Okay, say it again.
Brother Hatem.
Ooh, I love when women call my name. But hey, listen. I hear everything you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. Right? I hear everything you're saying. Now, like I said, we define royalty in two different ways. I don't think it's helpful for us to talk about all of us coming from kings and queens, because we don't need kings and queens. Kings and queens can't get us out of oppression. We need warriors. We need architects. We need men of big affairs, as Marcus Garvey would say. You know what I'm saying? We need motivators of the people. You know what I'm saying? Kings don't have those skills. Royalty,
are kings like gods?
Kings were representations of God on earth, which meant that their presence motivated the people to rise to a higher level. So it was the king who inspired
the queens. Then yes, we need
the king that inspired Imhotep to build the first step pyramid. It was the pharaoh that inspired the society to work together to build the pyramids. You understand what I'm saying? It's the king. When you look in our traditions, it's the king that motivates and moves the people by planting the first seed in some cultures. You know what I'm saying? That motivates the people to get out and do something.
Let's go. So maybe I'm gonna stop saying that we all descend from queens, but I'm not thinking about a king and queen as far as I had a kingdom or I had the wealth that we ascribe to kings in history. But when I say king, and queen, I'm kind of going off this idea that we are gods, we are creators. And
that's different. See, that's different than a king, because when you look at the pantheons where they had many different gods, you would have a supreme god that a lot of times would be untouchable, especially in our traditions. But then you would have other gods or lower gods that maintain certain orders within the universe that all commingle and existed, right? So there was many different gods, but in a nation there could only be one king. You know what I'm saying? Like in a group there could only be one leader. So if we all came from royalty, and maybe possibly because everybody has been told in our generation that we all come from kings and queens, maybe that's why we can't work the fuck together, because we think that we all are kings and queens. I don't have to listen to you. You know what I'm saying?
That's not true. That may be true, but they do feel like that. This is the generation of entitlement.
Kings and queens in the Western tradition, which they would have learned about kings and queens from, are individuals of privilege and individuals of entitlement.
You cannot believe that any of our people, and I'm talking about African American people, I'm not talking about black people, I'm just talking about some of these people I know in America, in the inner cities. Mm-hmm. I don't think they buy into fact that they were kings and queens, and I think that if I could get them to buy into it, they would act. Their behaviors, our behaviors, would express that. You cannot believe that you are a king
I disagree, but go ahead.
Behaviors that are going on. I wish my people did believe that they were kings and queens. I wish that.
Now, see, because it's dangerous because their understanding of a king and queen would not be the same as yours. You see what I'm saying? See, they would think in a Western tradition, because think about the royalty that they see on TV, the royalty of England and the stuff they read about. They read about people of entitlement. They read about people that don't have to do shit and everybody do things for them. That's their idea of kings and queens.
Which is why I like.
And they have no other source of discussing kings and queens, because we come in and we say y'all descend from kings and queens and y'all come from a royal people. You know what I'm saying? And we say that, we may be influencing their mind to think that they don't have to work for shit. That's just, I'm just wondering, you know.
One thing's for sure, two things for certain. They do think they don't have to, but I don't think that's because they even can comprehend the fact that they really are kings and queens. They can't comprehend, or the fact that they come from the people that they derive from, who contributed to every great the knowledge, even the Bible. We wrote the Bible. Everything that is of the world is of Black people. If my children believed that with their heart and understood that what it meant, then they wouldn't do the things that they did. So now it's time to bring the propaganda to educate the people, and that's why I like the Proverbs, because I believe that we have got the basics. The Proverbs take us back to the basics, right? The folk tale. It takes us back to the basics. That's how
it wasn't kings. Now it wasn't kings and queens that created that. Aesop motivated a nation that he didn't belong to. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. The most important people in the culture is not the royalty. It's the people that hold the culture together and protect the culture. Those are the most important people, and that's who I think we need to big up when we're talking to our youth. We need to let them know that they come from a long line of architects. They need to know they come from a long line of engineers and people that added significant knowledge to this. And you have this burden that you have to carry, because if you do not succeed at it, you are demonstrating your failure, not only to yourself but to your people as a whole.
Okay, so get this. So get this.
The oven on. I had to get up. I can't go. I'm not at the hookah shop. So I mean, we have to modify our motivation techniques. So now let's get back to the point where you were saying that it takes the Black men to get us up out of this. But go ahead.
No, I'm gonna lose my job because now you motivated me. I'm gonna quit dumbing it down for my kids. I'm gonna go in and just tell them that they are gods, the lowercase g, that they are creators, and all of those people that you have named, the architects, the engineers, all of the greats who have provided the world with knowledge and a book of instructions. All these people would know that we are gods, right?
All right, but now hold on. Let me say this to you. Let me say this. Hold on.
We are.
Hold on.
We creators, right?
Right. But now let me say this. You feed. Would you go into a room with your newborn baby and give them meat?
I don't understand.
If you had a newborn baby, because you got kids, would you feed your newborn baby meat?
No, I would not feed my newborn baby meat.
So why would you go into a room of a bunch of babies intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and feed them meat? You would need to be fired. You would deserve to be fired.
Okay. So again, you know what my recourse is? I tell them that they were kings. So
No, no,
my
no. You tell them that they who are who they are, so they can recognize where they are, and then you
great
provide them with the opportunity if they want to study to find out and go deeper. Because
they,
in all actuality, rather than being royalty, I would rather want to be divine, which is gonna bring me back. See, I'm good. This is gonna bring me all the way back to my blog because I just had a post. So I posted up the title of my book on Facebook, and I had somebody come on. They said, consider the source, regardless of the so-called scientific evidence. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I think that the author of the blog, the author or the blogger, has forgotten that the original human was an African woman. I haven't forgot shit. I'm just keeping it all the way real with you. I'm just keeping it all the way real with you. You can never be as beautiful as a white woman. I brought it back to that. But we're gonna continue in our conversation because I want to piss black women off because
well,
because
to say
I believe that the engine for us to move to freedom
I got some
lies within you. But go ahead.
I got, I got something to say to piss the black women off.
Go ahead.
Something to say, and I'm almost in tears because I really feel grossly agitated. I cannot believe when I go through these Facebook pages and I see these kids with these guns, these young girls who are, in pictures where boys have dress. I see girls have dress. I see all types of things, all types of dialogue. These are kids, and I'm going through their page. Today I just stumbled through somebody's page because there's a kid missing, and the mom is looking for the kid. So I clicked on the kid's page, and I clicked on another kid's page. I'm like, who monitors these kids' page? So for me, as a mother, I am very, very agitated by my black sister with regards to how we tend to things that matter. Like, essentially, Tim, these kids are running around killing each other, engaging in all these behaviors because not only because they're in single parents, but because they're single parents. The person over there is not at all interested in what they're doing. I cannot believe the things I see, Tim. I take pictures, a screenshot, because I just cannot believe the way that they are dressed, the guns they are shown, the drugs.
Hey, post one of those pics. Let me see. Post one of those pics in well, I don't know if you could do that. See, because now we getting around to the point I'm making. So now, go finish your point about how the black man is gonna liberate us. And I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get you. You better have it together, girl. And all the women that's listening, y'all better have it together because I'm putting this shit on you. Because I honestly believe that the only way we're gonna get free is through the black woman. Period. Period.
And
But go ahead.
you
I mean,
know,
that's my opinion, and I'm very strong on that. And this is why one of the things I started doing is stop divesting as much energy in young men and start putting more energy in young women because I realize that women are my key to freedom. Women is the key to my children's future. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into that shit, but you better come at me hard with this man shit because I'm about to smash it.
I just
That's it?
said
That's all you got?
no. The whole point in all this that I said was, if you missed it. So at the end of the day, the whole situation. First, I was very agitated that people were blaming single moms, like your friend, Mr. Tommy Sotomayor. Very.
Now hold on, I want to make clear just in case somebody listening. I don't know. I don't know him, but I do listen to his shows, and a matter of fact, I am a fan of his show. But go ahead.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. And I get, I see that He is of the same belief as you. He believes the same thing with regards to women, and maybe that's why he's so critical. And when I'm on Facebook, and I'm on social media, I do see a lot of men are speaking out, and they're saying the same thing. That this is on you, black woman. Look at you. Look at you. Look how you do. Look at this. And what I keep thinking, I'm thinking about all this homosexual and his boys. We need fathers in the home. So at the end of the day, when we're talking about liberating and building a strong black nation, we need the black man. So what I say to men when they are, some of these men don't want to date a woman with kids. I've seen them. They make jokes about women with multiple children. They say black women, that's why you're single, because you have all these children. I see these posts, so these black men are not ready to step up, but when they do step up and they decide, and that's why I have the view that I do on polygamy. When black men do step up and take control of what's going on in their community, like really take control, there's no way you will have the woman preoccupied with all things that don't matter, because the man will not, he won't accept that. No longer will you have the children being, like I said, neglected, running amok. We know that, like my kid's father, he wasn't active, but if he called on the phone, the thought that he was coming would keep my kids in line for 2 months. For 2 months, even the kid that wasn't his, thought. It's something about that male presence. That's why I make sure I take my boy around men, so I can say, I can't show you how to be a man, but I can show you what it means to be a man. Like we need to instill this in our men, and I believe that once they step up and say we're not killing each other, we're not accepting it in our community. Once they step up to these men, and model, we just we'll have protect in our community, and we won't have to worry
But
about
now I got a question. You ready?
mm-hmm.
Let's say men start stepping up. What the fuck are they gonna be protecting?
Their communities.
All right, cool. I mean, what's in the community to protect? First off, where the community at? What's they gonna step up and protect?
Okay, so again, we have to start where we're at.
Okay.
I can't go nowhere. I can't be helping in Baltimore and all these other places when where I'm at, not the city where I'm at, but the neighborhood where I'm at, my neighbors, there's need for outreach or something right here. So you have to start where you're at, and this is why I want to tell you. Are you familiar with these network marketing schemes, where these pyramid schemes, where people don't like that when you buy into something, but then you got to get other people to sell it,
Right.
stuff like that. But it's all about networking. This is how you have to be. We have to be with this conscious community. We have, or I'm sorry, I don't even want to use that word. With our, what I call it is we're putting the community back in the community, right? We have to look at it like a network marketing little scheme. It's each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? But you're starting where you're at, and then you're going to reach out to somebody that may be a little, may not be wherever they're at. They're going to start the same thing, but you might be able to provide them with some type of blueprint. But we just got to start where we're at, basically. And once you start where you're at, going out here, because we need male presence. We got kids out of control.
Oh yeah, you got kids out of control. Now this is the question. This is why I say black women are the key. Black women are the hub of any community. Black women are the hub of any nation. When women start falling apart, the community falls apart with them. As a matter of fact, the woman is a walking microcosm of the community or the nation that she belongs to. If the woman is falling apart, that community is falling apart. If that woman is trying to be outside herself, that community or that area is going to be outside itself. If that woman is insane, that community that she is in is going to be insane. You understand what I'm saying? See, because it all starts with the woman. See, because now a lot of people do not address the fact that even in a lot of our mythologies, our community was started, our nation was started with single women. The nation, when we take it back to one of the oldest myths in the world, the gods were born by a single mother. They were birthed and raised by a single mother. You know what I'm saying? So single mother and women being in the community without a man is nothing new.
Okay.
Now, what is it? What's the difference between then and now? The difference between then and now is that the women have principles. Because let me tell you this. It doesn't matter if men step up. If the women are not correct, it don't matter. Because you know what happens? When a man step up and a man trying to be righteous, he can't get a woman. Oh, he too
Well,
scared.
you
Oh, he
changed my mind.
where?
I'm
You see what
with
I'm
you.
saying? As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, everything that men are doing, these boys acting a fool in the goddamn hood, these boys being out here being dangerous, these boys being more of a threat to a black life than any police department in this country, and I dare anybody to challenge me, are trying to impress women and have been raised by women.
You can't be talking about how these boys are killing each other in that manner. You can't even.
Oh, no. You know why I came? Because this is my motherfucking show. And I'm about saving my people, and I ain't about candy coating shit. And anybody that don't like it can turn this shit off. Because the bottom line is that if I don't get my women, if I don't get the woman in check, I will never save my people. And on top of all this, the first teacher and the first God of my children is the mother. And this shit was taught to me by my daughters. When my daughters were born, I had the opportunity to be in the room with them. And I was able to hold my children right after they came out the womb. And at that point in time, I realized that to my children at that point in time, I was a worthless sack of meat. They did not want to have anything to do with me because they wanted to crawl towards the sustenance. They wanted to be with the one that gave birth to them. And the one that nurtures them, the one with the titties. My baby basically reached for my chest. She see that I had nothing there, nothing lactating, and she immediately like, nigga, put me down. Give me to my mama. You useless motherfucker. This is how I felt. And I said, damn. This is why our ancestors had Aset and had Mayat as the major deities. See, understand this. I don't know if you know who Aset and Mayat is, but when you look at the myth of Aset, and I went into this before, when you look at the myth of Aset, Aset was the sister of Asar, or Isis was the sister of Osiris, the sister wife of Osiris. Osiris or Asar had a younger brother that was older than Aset by the name of Set, who was jealous of him. Asar married Isis or Aset. And when he went out to civilize the world, I want you to understand, when he went out to civilize the world, after he had built his kingdom, he left his sister in charge and didn't leave his brother. And his brother really got mad. He already hated him. Now he really hated him. And when Asar was out civilizing the world, she ran the kingdom better than he did. Nobody stresses this shit. Nobody talks about that shit. The fact of the matter is that when Asar was gone, although he was a good ruler, his wife ruled that shit better than him. He didn't have to be around. Now, when she gave birth, let's put it this way. She gave birth under a circumstance that she had to be a single mother living basically in a ghetto. She raised up a son that went to take vengeance for his father. How did she raise him up? She fed him principles. That is the big difference between the black women of today and the black women back then. The black women back then had principles, had things that they stood for and would not compromise on that shit.
Well, you're right.
Now, don't tell me I'm right. You go and stick with the black man. Go and put your hope in the black man, because let me tell you about the black man. Right now, there is very few of them, if there are any, because our mythology already told us, our stories already told us what a black man is. The black man is a Saul. His younger brother, who was a white dude with freckles and red hair, cut him up into 14 different pieces and threw his ass out there. So black women thinking they getting a man when in fact they're getting a part of a man. Some of y'all fucking feet, some of y'all fucking hands, some of y'all fucking heads, but y'all not getting a whole man.
That's
The
bad.
only way the man was put back together was that Aset brought his ass back together and breathed life. The woman put the man back together and breathed life back into him so that she could give birth to her child.
That's deep.
Now, I got all these assets. That's why I put on my shit, Aset, we need you. Because these bitches out here is losing their goddamn mind. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? And I see it, and I can't do nothing but weep for my people. And I see the girls following in that direction. And I see the girls, like, for example, you could call out in the field that you're in, because I don't want to talk about what field you're in, but in the field you're in, you could call out the smart kids, and you will not find one of them with a girl really admiring him if you know what I'm saying, if he really into his studies.
Okay, I can. But this is what I'm going to say. I agree exactly with what you're saying, and what I've been seeing, and what I do see, and what I notice is that we, as you know, as mothers, I feel like we're preoccupied with things that don't matter. We're allowing TV and programming to socialize our children. People are losing their kids, whether they're hardworking, moral women, even the good moms are losing their children to the streets because we have people who are not vested in their children. And I see it. That's just what you just said. These girls
I say it for you. These bitches have lost their mind. You don't want to say it. I'll say it because I have to be clear, because I'm coming from a place of hurt. I'm coming from a place of love, and I need Aset to come back, because if not, I'm gonna die and turn the world over to my children in a worse state than we are in right now. I mean, because right now we in slavery, we just don't realize it. But by the time I'm 60, it's going to be so prevalent that we're going to wish that we didn't give birth to these children if the woman does not wake up. Because right now, these little nigglets is out here, these little black boys is out here trying to impress women. They're trying to get sex from these women. As soon as women change their values, I mean, it's as simple as that. What the fuck do you value?
That's deep. That's deep. Because that's how, and that's why I be saying people think that I'm crazy when I say that the answer is very simple. Because the answer is very simple. Get back to the basics.
And that's it. Go ahead.
That's it.
It's nothing complicated about it. It don't take a mathematician. See, because we got to understand the pyramids were built by simple people. We have to understand that the shit that we did was done by simple people who were inspired. They were simple. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no super deep, complicated shit going on. My king said he wanted my king wanted a monument that will never be forgotten. And I am duty bound to do that. And because my king speaks for God and he told me that I had to do it, I'm going to invent it. So I go to my wife and I talk with my wife about it, and my wife gives me the divine inspiration to be able to get out and do that shit.
That's deep.
But right now, what is going on? You see, I mean, because think about this, man. We got women that are giving motherfuckers immortality that don't even deserve it. Do you understand what I mean by that?
No, I don't.
All right. We have women that are having babies by men and giving that baby that man's name when that man has absolutely nothing to do with that baby other than giving them sperm. So that mother has allowed this man's name to continue on in time when he has not earned it. What is that
That's
teaching our kids? What is it teaching our kids? If the man is not with you, if the man is not raising the child, if he's not putting in the work outside of the bedroom, that child does not deserve his name. Women, you have the key to immortality. I will continue because Cleveland and wisdom continue, and all the children that I have gave spiritual birth to continue. And I earned that shit. But I got niggas out here who haven't earned a goddamn thing, and they got more kids than I do with their name. I'm pissed off about that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So that we are where we are right now because black women have allowed their values to shift. And you know the deepest part about values that a lot of people won't tell you? What you value is what you worship. That's why I say a majority of black people are fucking closet atheists. They're just too scared to come out and say it.
I believe it. I believe it. I thought the same thing the other day, and I started to ask somebody, and I just didn't because it's like one of those conversations that I think you just said is I mean, it's correct. They are.
Closet atheists. Because if we believed in God, we wouldn't be in this situation.
I agree.
And I ain't just talking about, see, because I know some Bible thumpers out there that might hear this. I'm not talking about Jesus. I'm not talking
Hey,
about Allah. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever you call your creator. You know what I'm saying? If you truly believe in that force beyond yourself, that's bigger than you, right? If you truly
correct.
believe half the shit that we see being done by these motherfuckers that will be in all types of shit, but when they need God, they calling on God. You understand? Or they receive a reward, they want to thank God first. I never understood that shit. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers really don't even believe in it. It's just something that allows them to fit in because as a black person, for you to say you atheist is similar to basically committing social suicide.
But I don't know why it is. People shouldn't call themselves Christians if they don't be Christ.
Because
You
we
know,
don't
they're
we
not Christ. You're not working on being righteous. Like, I don't understand what.
because black people are very conservative. We don't want to admit that shit, but we're very conservative. As a matter of fact, we're so conservative that we're trying to conserve slavery. We're so conservative that we will not change the ways that will get us out of slavery. I mean,
You,
it's as simple, really. Think about this. It's as simple as us coming up with hair care products. We could provide 1,000,000 jobs right tomorrow if we never buy another thing of grease from nobody else. If we don't buy hair from nobody else, if we start figuring out how to work with our unique hair and start doing hair care, and then think about this: how many people you know that are close to you that have an ash problem?
Ash.
You know what ash is, right? Ash is,
Yeah.
you know, ash is the flaky stuff that come on black people's skin. But what black people don't, I mean, I guess we can't really figure the shit out. Where there's a problem, there's a business opportunity. God damn it, if we ain't do nothing but sell lotion, you know what I'm saying? We could free ourselves.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I'm always thinking, like, I be looking at people and things they say, how Tim, and I'm thinking this solution really is complicated. It couldn't be. It couldn't be. And you're just proving because it's really not. This is something we could do. And notice we've been in conversation, and not once have we talked about any oppressor or anyone else. The only thing we've discussed is what we can do. What we can do. We're not focused on what other people are doing and what things, what obstacles we may face. We are simply saying what we have the capability of doing right now today.
And that's how we built the pyramids. Each individual did his job. The motherfucking stonecutter wasn't worried about the designs, and the designer wasn't worried about the engineer. But everybody was able to work in unity because people was doing a part. But right now, we got stonecutters wanting to be the architect, and the architects wanting to be the king. You know what I'm saying? And the kings wanting to be the wise men, and the wise men somewhere fucking somebody's wife. See, our mind states are so fucked up, and I'm bringing it back to the women because listen. Once the woman stands up, it don't even take a large amount. It don't even take a large amount. Once women start operating in a certain way, see, because you brought up the point about polygamy. Do you know why polygamy is not viewed positively in our community? Because black women. Think about this. I want you to think about this. A man comes home. He hears his wife talking about one of her friends who is in an abusive relationship, and the husband says, "Well, honey, we got enough room in our house. We could bring her in. She could be my other wife." The black woman will slap him in the face and be like, "Nigga, you out your goddamn mind. You my man."
No. Okay, so what happens?
Maybe you wouldn't say that, but I want you to think about, put yourself in somebody else's shoes.
Let me give you another perspective.
Give me another perspective.
Let me give you another approach to your woman, black man, if you're listening. What if you were to say, move her in, but you wouldn't say that she would be your wife? You're just going to provide those essentials for this other woman and her family, and you and your wife are going to benefit. Now, if, because this is the thing about, I'll be thinking people, and you got to clarify, because some men get excited about this idea of polygamy just because they
until they understand the responsibility. They get
think
excited about that shit until they got to, because most motherfuckers that's interested in polygamy ain't handling business for themselves. So they definitely ain't going to be able to handle it for multiple women. But that's a whole nother story. But that's because black women haven't really been educating the black men. But I'm going to leave that. But go ahead.
Who said she's going to be hot?
Huh?
Who said she's going to be hot?
Who?
Who said this other woman?
I ain't saying that. I didn't describe the woman. I described him bringing her in because the bottom line fact is, I don't know of any women, and maybe you're a rare species, that would allow me to provide for another woman without eventually there being some suspicion that in some form or fashion I got some type of relation with her beyond me just giving her material resources, especially if she's single.
Let me tell you this.
I don't experience that shit. You got to remember, I got daughters your age.
Well, let me say this, and I'm just saying because we're in the midst of the revolution.
No,
so
we're not.
We are in the midst of.
No, we're not.
Okay.
A revolution requires two parties. We are in the midst of oppression, goddammit. Where is this revolution happening at? And don't say them niggas rioting in Baltimore. A riot is not a revolution.
There's a great awakening occurring.
Say that. Don't say a revolution. Say there's an awakening right now.
I'm talking about a revolution as far as our mind and our thinking. So when I say revolution, I'm talking about revolutionary mindset. So I'm not actually talking about as far as knowledge, training, and awakening. You understand? So I'm not talking about, I am talking about revolution, but I'm talking about a revolution as far as our consciousness. I'm talking about a great awakening. So we are in the midst of a great awakening. So I feel that things are happening things are happening for us at this time already.
Like what? Because we still got to get back to how the black woman will never be as beautiful as the lovely milk-skinned white lady.
This.
I mean, but I mean, and I'll break that shit down for you if you want me to, because maybe I might need to leave it open because I should make you read that shit, but you know. But go ahead. I mean, so you understand why I'm saying it. We have to prop up the black woman. We have not so that she could fight, because
I'm
if
tired
the
of her.
huh?
I'm tired of her. I'm so freaking. And this is another thing I don't want to say, that the minority is that the minority of the people are here, but these are the people that I'm unfortunate to have to share my space with. You know what I'm saying? All of us in America, all African Americans, not enduring the same obstacles that I'm enduring here where I'm at in my community, which is the reason why I'm saying certain things. But everybody's not here where we're at. You know what I'm saying? And the women that I'm seeing here where I'm at, the things that I'm seeing with our youth, that, like you said, women have to step up. There's no reason why what the hell are we paying attention to?
Hold on, baby, you going out? Hold on. Talk up. I mean, are you rolling around? Talk up so I can hear you. You scared?
I'm here.
I mean, because you was talking, you might have been dropping some wisdom, but it got muffled. Yeah.
My kids walked in.
Tell them to sit their asses down. Tell them Mr. Brown said, sit your ass down.
Brown said, but yeah, I done lost it. But I feel like you're saying the same thing. We said the same thing.
No, we didn't. You said black men. I said black woman. I'm not saying we ain't saying shit similar. Now, don't try to steal my argument.
There's not too many things I'm married to other than the fact that I believe in God. There's not too many. Everything else, I don't suffer from no cognitive dissonance. If you tell me something, you can provide the support, and you put me in an argument, I would be foolish. It would behoove me not to change my thinking when necessary. And what you just said, brother, I think is absolutely right. And it was I just said the same thing. You just had a different argument at the end. You see what I'm saying? The way you brought it home was a little different, but you're absolutely right. Because the things that I'm saying, where is your mom? That's my question.
Where is what?
I know where I can say where your dad is. A lot of times I know because of the community where I'm at that a lot of these dads are absent. Or I know this. What I'm saying, I'm a product of that situation. But my question is always, where is your mother? How did she let you come out the house breastfeeding? Did she see you and you laid up on this halfway naked 16-year-old boy on Facebook? Like, I can't. We have to do better.
Oh yeah, we have to do better. Now understand the role of men. Men are the protectors of the circle. You understand what I'm saying? The men protect the circle. See, because this is what's even crazier, right? Do you know who discovered agriculture?
In the cup. Say it again.
You know who discovered agriculture?
Agriculture.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me.
Women discovered that shit. Men took it after women discovered it, and we put the man touch on it. You know what I'm saying? Why was the first house built? You know what I'm saying? Because that's getting right back to it. You know what I'm saying? Women can motivate men to do all types of shit. But right now, Right now, y'all done allowed y'all stock to be depreciated so much that y'all do. I mean, you could go and we go on Facebook right now and just find women doing heinous shit for niggas that ain't worth the toilet paper I wipe my ass with.
Go. Let's go because this will be the part in the show or that
What we show and prove? What we show and prove? We got women that, like I said, I saw us cut up in pieces. They
this
fucking
is
feet, they fucking hands, they, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they don't even got the head. Now, and the most interesting part about the story about Asar is that his penis was thrown into the Nile and eaten by a fish. So Aset was able to bring back all the parts of the man except for the phallus. So these women are actually fucking dickless men. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, they are fucking barren men.
don't do that.
You know, so and then wanting to have then allowing these motherfuckers to get in their womb and give birth to immortality. It's crazy to me. The shit is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? The shit is just insane. Now, you ready for me to get into why black women like yourself
Uh,
will never be as beautiful as the pure skin, milk
now
skin, lemon pledge, smelling white woman?
that's so. Now you're including me in this equation, and now I'm like grossly
Oh,
offended.
oh, I wrote it especially for sisters like yourself.
Oh Lord.
You
Okay.
ready? You ready? Now, black woman, you will never, ever be as beautiful as the white, sophisticated, stringy hair, light eyes with the thin nose and the thin lips. Snow Queen, you will never be as beautiful as her. So stop trying. Now, you ready for this? Oh, you done hung up on. She done hung up on.
I said the women they're too thin.
Huh?
I thought that the white women are thin,
The white women are what?
too thin. They're too thin.
Oh, man. Oh, the luscious white queen, right? The most beautiful woman on the planet. You know, see now. What I need to do is I need to get motherfuckers hot. I need to get them. I need to get you mad. I need to get the blood pumping because I want you to understand and hear me loud and clear, black women. You will never be as beautiful as the white woman, so stop trying. You will never be as beautiful as the white woman, so stop trying. You know what I'm saying? Because the game is rigged. Period. The game is rigged. You have been raised in a Western imperialistic system that comes out of a Western tradition that has been trying to oppress your people forever. These motherfuckers who set up this system did the ideas was formulated in the mind of white men and was given birth through the womb of a white woman. How could you ever think that you would be as beautiful as their archetype of womanhood? You can never compete in their mind state with their woman. So as long as you're trying to argue the point, you're wasting your goddamn time because you are beyond beauty. Black woman, you are divine. That's what the fuck you missing. You're beyond beauty. Beauty is just that physical shit, and you got that, but you are divine. And by you sitting up here trying to compare yourself to these motherfuckers, these earthbound motherfuckers, for you trying to compare yourself to that, you are robbing yourself because I would rather be divine than beautiful.
Okay, so let me say this.
Huh?
You know, the first thing that I said was you
You was
should
right. Huh?
I include the word pretty because when I think of superficial, when I think of look, when I think of that archetype, I think of pretty. But when I think of beauty, I think of that what resonates from the inside out. I think that is how you walk. That is your talk. That is your righteousness. What makes you beautiful is your soul. So you could be pretty. There's a lot of pretty people walking around that are
Fuck
ugly.
those hoes. I hear you.
They're ugly.
The very
Beautiful people, they can be ugly too, because on the eye people see that and they're so caught up, but it really like the shallow how.
But
You
hold
know what I'm
on.
saying?
This is
Really like
the reason I use beauty is because that is the word that came out with the study from the psychologist. They didn't say pretty. They said beautiful. They said that the black woman had more testosterone than the rest of the women.
mm,
You
well,
black woman is more aggressive than other women. She's more man-like type shit. You understand
but
what I'm saying?
you
See,
know what study
because if I said pretty, it would have took it out the context that these motherfuckers launched a study in.
but that's when people entertain they go to
So basically now, and let me say this and I'm done. I ain't gonna be done, but you know I gotta run my mouth. So now that's your idea of beauty, and that's a good idea to have. But you are a free thinker. You got to realize that everybody is not taking concepts and going that deep.
no.
Once again, you may be giving meat to a baby. These motherfuckers came out and said black women are less beautiful than other women.
You know what else
Which
they don't
means, wait. Which means that if you going by your definition, they saying that you have no soul. But but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, they also put out a study not too long ago. They were talking about the difference between the light skin woman and the dark skin woman, with regards to education, um, incarceration. There were so they just went on them. They had all these studies and woo.
Where else is the black woman in a Western imperialistic system supposed to be, but at the bottom?
Okay, so let me say this.
See,
Let
because
me
listen, everybody else realize that the source of liberation is the women. I want you to think about this. When you was coming up, how many programs did they really have set up for you when you was a young girl?
I don't recall.
Now, I'm a little bit older than you. I bet you probably could name a couple of organizations or programs that they had set up for black boys.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find it strange that these motherfuckers is sending all types of funds in to save black boys, but there is no money for black women, for black girls? When the girls are the ones getting pregnant, when the girls are the ones bringing, I mean, really, a boy can impregnate 5 women. A woman can only be pregnant be pregnant once every maybe 12 months.
So can I say this, Tatiana?
You can't say it. No, you can't. Hold it. No, don't say it.
No, but I need
Don't
to
say it.
say what?
No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the issue, and this is what it goes back to. This is going to be a time when we talk about why is it this way and what can we do to change that. We have to turn off the TV. We have to tune out. We have to turn off the radios. Even if you are an adult and you can withstand the bombardment of those negative frequencies, our children cannot. And it is poisoning them during their most impressionable years. During their most impressionable years, so our girls are socialized to act like fox. It's acceptable now for you not only to have a boyfriend, but for you to have a girlfriend too. I just found this out when I'm on his pages tonight. They're just talking about their girlfriend, their girlfriend, their girlfriend, their girlfriend. They are experimenting with so many They are living deviant lifestyles. You have to turn off the TV and the radios because it's poisoning our young people, their impressionable minds. When they are most impressionable, we have to be the biggest influence on them. The community, the people that
There's
they
no
see.
black community. That's the problem. There's no black community.
Well, the community. We start with this. We start with where they're at.
Where
All
we at? I could dig it. I could dig that.
right,
We start
let's
with
go.
where we at. Now, but this is what I'm gonna warn you against, right?
You know where they're at. They're out of school, right? So
Oh
you're
yeah.
not.
You said they at a school, right?
They're at a school. So that's why I need my people volunteering, going out, becoming teachers.
Oh no, I don't need some of these motherfuckers volunteering because some of these motherfuckers I don't want around my kids. But now,
The,
now I don't have to say nothing about the strategy in which you are involved with, do I?
no,
Hmm.
you don't.
Now,
I,
see, now
don't
that's
give
called
me
that's
the
called that's
no,
called a quiet revolt. But hold on,
no.
go ahead.
Go
But
here.
I
Go,
just want to point out one thing,
go
right?
sit. Go to police stations. If you got a young kid right now that does not have uh, issues that need some type of punishment, you know how to get our so
Hey,
that
hey,
way.
hey, 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 talking to the phone.
I I believe
Are you on the speakerphone?
yes.
Take that shit off the speakerphone and just go or put it up to your ear or something, man.
Oh, listen, because my phone is going to go dead.
Oh, that's
Okay,
so
hold.
right. How you gonna call Gye-Nyame Journey with a weak ass battery? Talking
Oh
about
my.
we guys. Well, if you God, energize that motherfucker. Come on now.
Wait a minute, but I don't know how to put my phone, take it off speaker.
Oh, you can't. You on a hangout. You can't do that.
Okay.
But you need some headphones with a mic, baby, because you get a lot of feedback and you be going into some deep stuff. So if you're gonna be doing this with me, you got to get you some equipment.
Okay.
Cause we done got past the you not being able to call in part. Now I need you to get to the part where you able to deliver your content. So get you some headphones.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so listen to this. We have young who are able to go into professions like law enforcement that we need legislation requiring the not only the schools but all institutions. We had affirmative action, but we have to require them to look like the community they serve. And so when we require that, we have to be ready to provide them with the trained and skilled individuals to work those jobs. So it's that we encourage our kids to go into fields where they are needed. Like you said, we all have a function, we all have a part, but sometimes you have those kids that want to be cops and you say, no, you don't want to be no kid. And they want to be teachers and you say they don't make no money. But everybody's not going to be rich. Everybody's not going to be making no money. You have to be ready to serve in the capacity. I'm
Ah,
ready.
wait, hold on. I know what's wrong. I see your head moving. Stop moving your head when you talking, man. You dropping some stuff and I can't understand you because you're moving your head.
Wow. Oh,
It's
I
going
hate
in
that.
and out. The audience missing everything you're saying. People.
How is
So go ahead and finish what you were saying.
that? That was it.
All right, now listen. I'm gonna say this because it's kind of hard to shield your kids from the media. You know what I'm saying? It's a very powerful thing. I think one thing that if you can't shield your children from the media, the one thing we need to learn how to do is to talk to them about it.
Man, you're full of it. Let me tell you
Okay.
something. You're so full of it. Because let
Huh?
me tell you,
Go
the
ahead.
kid in your home, the kid spends the majority of the time in the home. When the kid is in the
No, they
home,
don't.
okay, out the other net, okay, so you're at school. But the time that the kid spends at home,
Uh huh.
If they are left unattended with TV during these times, you are crazy. If you
So,
have a vegetable mind, you should not allow your kids to watch videos. You should not allow them to do freely through the channel to watch TV because there are too many topics being discussed, too many images that are too much for the young and impressionable mind. And when we allow our kids to tune into these frequencies for duration time ended, all the can you imagine all the negative images, all the images, the messages that are being bombarded with, we have to monitor and be proper. This is something we can do right now. Don't tell me that we can't when we control what radio stations. The majority of the time, if you give them limits, you tell them what is acceptable. You know, if you're going to allow them to listen, they're going to be popular. But if you know that the language is suggested, you make it so that your kids can sing that song. You know what I'm saying? You can still put provisions in it. What's happening is people have no provisions on it because they say just what you just say. You can't shield
Miss Janelle,
both of this.
Miss Janelle,
Yes.
Miss Janelle,
Yes.
you have some headphones next time you call my show.
Oh my God. The entire time?
I mean, I heard it, but it hurts. You know what I'm saying? You going in and out. I'm trying to hear you. You know I'm already deaf. You talk to me every day. You know I can't. It's hard for me to hear, right? You going in and out. I'm getting a damn headache. All right.
Okay. Uh-huh.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is because you're gonna call my show with a weak battery. You know. This is Freestyle Friday. This is Brother Hakim. I'd like to thank you for joining us on Gye-Nyame. Oh, I didn't finish. How you will not be as beautiful as the luscious, precious white woman. Now, the reason I wrote it because you'll find out in my blog. I'm breaking it. I'm gonna try to break the whole piece. I'm making it as simple as possible. But for those that want to know what inspired me to write this, there is a Aesop fable that is called the the Raven and the Swan. Aesop even dealt with this goddamn article. Listen, our ancestors were no joke. Aesop dealt with identification. He dealt with identity crisis several different times in his writing. And basically, those that want to understand the angle that I'm coming from, you need to go check out the story called The Raven and the Swan so that you can really understand. And those that don't want to read that one, read The Ass and the Grasshopper. I mean, he got so many of these tales that really breaks this shit down. And I want you to really look at this because I'm not going to ruin my article, but you're competing in a rigged game. And when you're in a rigged game, what you supposed to do, Ms. Ross?
When you in a what?
A rigged game. You know what a
Create
rigged game is?
Yeah, when it's already manipulated for you to lose, you create new rules. Is
Now
that
if
what
you
you do?
now if you playing at somebody else's board, you can't walk into a gambling house and create no damn new rules. You're gonna end up on a slab. What do you do when you playing a game and it's rigged?
I'm not sure.
You quit the goddamn game, Ms. Ross. You get up and you leave. You don't continue playing a game where you know that every time you're going to play, you're going to lose. Would you allow your child to participate in a game that you knew every time they was going to play, they was going to lose?
No,
So why would you allow yourself?
I don't know because are you're saying that the system was participating in the game? that's
I'm
already
saying,
rigged, so we that system?
say it again.
Are you saying that as far as the system, it is rigged?
Yeah. When
We
it
should.
comes to everything, it's rigged. So
Okay, so
why play the game?
yeah, so you're saying
You said what?
you're supporting my argument. Turn off the TVs and the radios. You're supporting my
No,
arguments.
I'm not supporting that shit.
Yes.
Um, I'm not supporting that shit. I mean, we all allowed to have you. I'm not supporting that shit. I'm saying you can control it to a certain extent. You could turn it off sometime, but I think it's a little bit more important to um,
You don't have
discuss
to.
what your children watch. Is
You
to have
you.
conversations with what they listen to, so that you can help them analyze some of the shit that's happening. Because
Mm,
when they go to school, they're gonna talk to their friends about them shows, and when you neglect your child, what everybody else is getting, what start
that's
to
not.
happen is that they start sneaking it, so you don't know that they're doing it. So by the time when that virus hit their ass, and they start doing wrong shit because you were so strict on them, like for example, when I went to college, you always run into those girls who were never allowed to do shit until they got on a college campus in the dorm. And Lord have mercy.
Let me
Ah,
tell you. Let me tell you this.
woo. Wait, hold on. I'm thinking about some of those girls. Ooh. Not that
No,
I knew
that's
a lot of them, but I heard a lot of stories. You know, my friends was all players. I never really, I never really got, but I heard some stories. You know.
they what mom thought. That's why they couldn't wait because I
You
don't
said
know. But
what?
let me tell you, at the end of the day, the very end of the day, um, your child is going to be either way. So you have to have the conversation with them. There's no way to get around the conversation. But in
Oh,
your
yes,
home,
it is because there's plenty of kids right now who don't talk to their mama. Don't
but
you know what I'm saying? Their daddy not around and they're not talking to their mama. They just, their mama talking at them. But they're not talking to their mama. You work with a bunch of kids that's not talking to their mama.
okay, so let me say this: when you're watching TV, you watch TV as a family. That's what, and I'm talking about young impressionable children. If you start your child like that when they're young, about time they get to middle school, high school, especially young adolescents, they are already fit and they've already missed the most impressionable stage. They'll be ready to go into the adulthood somewhat normal. But right now, we expose our kids to so much at early age when they are most impressionable, with not limiting the things to see and listen to and allow these to bombard them. That's why I say if when I'm sitting and watching TV with my kids, when the show or something, we can have that discussion there. But if my kids sit in my house and they're watching, and they're in their room watching, and they have cable with
Wait,
200,
your kids got cable in the room?
hell no.
They got a TV in the room?
Yeah, they got a TV.
So
They
they're
ain't
able
got
to
no.
watch TV without your supervision. They got a DVD player?
Yep, they sure do in a
Well,
video
how
game.
you sitting up here telling me that you don't want them exposed to media, but you allow your kids to have TVs in the room? But I let my
You're
kids watch. Well, I mean, me and I let my kids watch TV, but I bet you they don't have no goddamn TV in their room. As a matter of fact, you talk to some of the grown men that was in my house that used to get mad. You know what I'm saying, when they was growing up, because nigga, you ain't having. There's no TVs upstairs. We don't need TVs upstairs. You want to watch TV? It's right here.
the TV of, I mean, right now there's no TV, but there's a TV to go for a video. But as far with access to I mean to the media and mass media, the cable via 4, 6, and 10, it is watching TV unattended. That programming is able to get through those channels. You have there's no way you can control what they're going to know, what they're going to think they know. Because
But you
so much.
can control the perception that they have as a parent. That's why I said discuss. Because the whole issue I'm saying is when your child goes spend a night somewhere, When your child go to one of your relatives' house, when your child go to their friend's house, they're gonna be exposed to all this stuff.
But
If
you
they
don't
do
have to
not,
be
you
with
what?
them.
You
You have
don't.
to be with them. There's a difference. You understand? I'm saying the child might be exposed to it when it goes places, but when the child is at home more than those other places, you're not going to be bombarded with it. There shouldn't be bombarded with that school. That's why I don't believe people walk around with earphones in their head at school. They shouldn't be allowed to feel their brains at low frequency when I'm trying to build them up and put knowledge in there. And meanwhile they're running around with all that field going straight into their frequency. And we got to wake up. You have to tune out, allow your kids. Because this is why so many are gay. That's why you got so many ballerinas right around here. Because ain't nobody
Oh,
want.
you talking about the boys?
Yes, I am.
I call that bitchnificence. They run around here with so much bitchnificence. You know what I'm saying? That's my word, bitchnificence. You got
Oh,
all this bitchnificence just flowing around on our communities, and
oh,
you know why? You know why, right? You know
why?
why, right?
Because the women is preoccupied with all the things that don't matter.
There you go. There you go. I said is missing. I said is missing. She out trying to make love to Assad's foot, or his hand, or his head. The pieces. She just want a piece of a man. You know what I'm saying? So she's doing everything to get the man's attention, trying to morph herself into the white woman. You know what I'm saying? Because she feels that the white woman is the most beautiful. She just don't want to admit it. You know, because it's okay because you've been programmed to believe that shit. All
Yes.
I'm saying is we need to change the program. We know the game is rigged. We need to change the program. You understand what I'm saying? So even with our kids, see, they could do all the code switching on my kids, but you know, one of the things that the creator has protected us with, even with TV, with mass media, stories have to follow a certain arc to hold a human being's attention. And that arc is divine. And if you understand how that story arc flows, whether you're listening to music or you're listening to a story, if it's going to hold a human being's attention, it flows in a certain way. And if you are a story master, you can make that shit work for you or against you. I'm a story master. So it don't matter what fucking story you throw at me or my child see or what cartoon they may be watching. I can turn all that shit into a lesson that will make them wiser. I can have a discussion about the most disgusting song if I happen to hear my child listening to it. But unfortunately, my children get to listen to a lot of NPR because that's what I choose to ride to. Or I'm figuring out how to stream YouTube in my car. They're listening to a lot of lectures and stuff like that. So you know. But the point that I'm trying to make is that in order for these stories to catch the young people, they got to flow in a certain way. If you know how they flow, you can pick the lessons up out of there and teach your child something. And you can point out stuff to him or
Well, you
her.
can't watch kids watch Empower.
You say Empire? Well,
That's
my kids
unheard.
don't watch. My kids don't watch Empire because I don't watch Empire. You understand what I'm saying? See, most of the shit that my kids watch, I can sit down and watch with them. Most of the cartoons that my son watch, I watch. When my girls watch something, a lot of times I'm able to peek in and see what they watch and I can ask questions about it. You know what I'm saying? So since they don't have TVs in their room, right? I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about them watching something else. So most of, my I have a centralized command in my house, which most people don't. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I was raised on. I was raised to understand what a central command was. So I spread central command in my house. You know what I'm saying? I know that I do not provide somebody with the shit to exist in their own room because that is not how you run a business. That is not how you run a military. That is not how you run anything. If you want it, you got to come to me to get it. Oh, but that's some man shit. Motherfuckers don't understand that. You know, so we giving our kids TVs and shit in their room, wondering why the fuck why they crazy. You know what I'm saying? We giving them cable. Nigga, you want to watch cable? The cable need to be in the central area in the house or in your room. It shouldn't be in their room. I'm
That,
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get off on that. But hey, this is brother Hatim. Go on, say your name, girl, because we about to get up out of here. I'm about to eat this pizza.
I'm Miss Dark So Lovely.
God damn it, how many names you got?
That's
And I
it.
got a question. I see that picture of that pretty black girl on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blacker than me. Why the fuck she got straight hair?
Who?
Your avatar.
Why does she got straight hair?
Yeah, she got a perm.
You got a problem with
I
my
got a
people?
problem with the goddamn perm.
You know what I noticed about my
What?
people?
Huh?
And I got to go, but you know what I noticed about my people in New
What?
York? We added things out here. We had big, essentially what they call it nowadays. We were doing something similar within the beginning of time. So some of the
What? Wait. Stop. It sounds like you said we've been wearing wigs since the beginning of time.
I said we have been adding extensions.
We have
We
been who?
have extensions, adding extensions.
Who had extensions?
And look at the people. Do they not weave things into their hair?
Oh my God. Yeah, they wove things into their hair, not other people's hair.
Okay.
Don't you go about justifying that bullshit. If we gonna anything in our hair, we need to be producing that shit and making money from it. Us,
That's
but
just
actually,
that's
it need to be it need to be a fucking crime to walk in the black community with an Indian motherfucker's hair. When they don't like us, the motherfuckers who we buy the shit from the store don't like us. Nobody likes us. Why in the fuck are we putting other people's hair? No, we didn't use other people's hair. We put other things in our hair. And and this is something that I posted on Facebook. Has anybody ever considered that our hair wasn't meant to be combed? I mean, if you work with your hair, you can shape that. We got hair like it's like clay. You can shape that shit into anything you want almost. You can
mm,
shape it. You know what I'm saying? And we putting wigs on it and covering it up, talking about we royalty. The fuck? You covering your crown. How you doing that shit? Don't you, man,
mm.
don't come on my show justifying that shit.
What was that other page you said to look at
The
the
ass and the grasshopper.
all right. Good night, brother.
Oh, she hanging up on me now because we talking about them perms. You see how they get. I'm just joking. All right, this is brother Hatim. I want to thank um say your other name again because I've been calling you Miss Janelle.
Yeah, I don't like that.
All right, but go ahead. It's a beautiful name, but go ahead. What's the name you want so I can know?
I'm dark so lovely.
You dark and lovely.
Miss Dark so lovely.
Now, you do know we didn't finish the discussion about polygamy. We really didn't finish up about why you'll never be as beautiful as a white woman. Um, but we had a good show, you
The
know?
ass. Yep, we sure did.
All right, no, you sound tired, you sound upset, you know. And tomorrow at the group, we're gonna be watching Dr. Boyce Watkins resurrecting Black Wall Street, and we're gonna do a hangout from there so that I could make sure that everybody that's in the collective know how to work the hangouts and stuff like that. So if you can make that, come on through. Those of you in Columbus, you want to see the movie, come on through. You know what I'm saying? You got any announcements?
I just,
Are you going to Simpson or something?
uh, I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know. Tomorrow?
huh?
I coming tomorrow?
I said, are you going to Simpson?
Next next week?
Simpson. SIMSA.
I'm familiar with what you're talking about. Are you asking me about the training?
I'm asking you, are you going to SIMSA? Are you? I'm trying to make an announcement so I go into my fundraiser. Are you going to SIMSA?
Yes, I am.
All right. Now, I won't even talk about the fundraiser because you act like I didn't know. You ruined my man, you messed up my sales pitch. Well, anyway, those of you that are familiar, look on my marketplace and you can make a donation to Simba and Simsa because we are $3,000 short. We raised a lot of money this year, but we're $3,000 short. On June 19th, we will be doing a fish fry over at the Millennium Community School. Come over, get yourself a plate. We'll be selling them for $10 a plate. Um, in order to get $3,000, we got to sell about 400 plates. I'm assuming maybe 500, but anyway, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do 500 plates, but we're taking donations so we can make sure we get the young ladies there and get the young brothers there. Um, oh, on June the 13th, I'm trying to take. One of my brothers hit me to organization called the Young Eagles, and we're trying to take some young people to the OSU airfield so that they can start, um, so they can participate with a young pilots program. So I'm trying to get some of the young people in our community, or in our collective, in our tribe, to start learning how to fly. So hopefully, both your kids are old enough to go. Um,
Nice.
but right now, that's it. So this brother had Tim. I'm saying peace, and y'all have a great night. I wish I had some exit music, but I can't put music on the damn hangout. But all right, with that, peace. You can hang up, Miss Janelle.